Hi, everybody, and welcome into Mike Gillespie Field as we get ready for baseball here on this Friday afternoon, the final game of the WSC-South season as College of the Canyons and Glendale get ready to get to work today here from Mike Gillespie Field. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us, as always, here on the Cougar Sports Network. Well, it's been an interesting series so far. It's been a home run fest, to say the least. 11 home runs through the first two games in this series. 6 for College of the Canyons, 5 for Glendale. 4 of College of the Canyons home runs coming here at Mike Gillespie Field on Tuesday when the Cougars lost 8-6. They had 6 runs in the first, but then were held scoreless in the final 8. Kind of flipped the switch. Still lost yesterday to Glendale 15-12, but scored runs in the final 3 innings, held Glendale off the board over the final 4. So we'll see if they can turn things back around, try and pick up a win, and that is essential today for College of the Canyons. They need a victory today, as a win will likely put them in the playoffs. As it's a tough route, you've got to get a win today. That's the end-all, be-all of it, really, for COC. Must get a victory today against Glendale, as you sit at 19-19 in the regular season so far. You sit 11-9 in conference play. Right now tied for 3rd in the conference. Glendale has 2nd locked up. LA Valley locked up 1st a couple weeks ago. LA Valley 19-1 on the season. Glendale 14-6. The Cougars and Citrus both tied at 11-9. So a win today for COC. Important on 2 factors getting into the playoffs: securing or giving them a chance to at least tie for 3rd place in conference, and securing a 500 record, which they are currently at. Those are kind of the 2 barriers you need to pass to have a shot at making the playoffs. So an important game for them today. They'll send Oscar Patron to the mound, 2-5 on the season, 60 innings pitched, 81 hits, 56 runs, 51 earned, 31 walks, 60 strikeouts, a 7.65 ERA, 3.19 average, 3.19 average against, as he will face Jackson Benatar to lead things off here for Glendale, followed by Sam Grunberg and Alex Dolan. We'll get you the rest of the Glendale lineup in just a moment as we are underway. First pitch from Patron, in for a called strike at 2:30, right on the nose here at Mike Gillespie Field on a Saturday, or on a Friday. Last week was a Saturday. As the 0-1 lifted down the line in right, it's going to go foul. And it's 0-2. So Benatar to lead things off, then Grunberg in the 2 spot, Dolan in the 3 spot. Ethan Pena will hit cleanup today for Glendale. Then Jaden Rez, Gabe Juarez after that, followed by Cooper Bowen in the 7 spot, Alex Lariano in the 8 spot, and Andrew Garcia in the 9 spot. Benatar this season, .317, 2 home runs, and 23 runs batted in as he takes that pitch down and away, makes the count 1-2. This one fouled straight back to the screen, so we'll do it again at 1-2. This ball hit on the ground towards short. Allman will scoop and fire and one away. Defensively for College of the Canyons, Schwartz at first, Roca at second, Allman at third. Or short, excuse me, Sherrill at third. You have Hudson Story in left, Hunter Essang in center, and Evan Jaquez in right field today, with Dominic Cervantes behind the dish, working along with Patron as the battery. As here comes Grunberg with 1 away. First pitch to Grunberg misses down and away. Grunberg, 301 with 4 home runs and 14 RBIs. Had a home run yesterday against College of the Canyons down at Glendale at Casey Stengel Field. So that pitch, a breaking ball in from Patron. Patron has kind of had a little bit of a struggle as of late. Trying to get his way out of it. Only pitched an inning the other day, but did it in relief as this one grounded up the middle, and it's past a diving Roca. So Grunberg has a base hit and a runner aboard for Glendale here in the first inning on their first hit of the ballgame. we're saying for Patron, his last handful of starts really has not had his best stuff. Came in relief the other day, but only had to work an inning. He's trying to refine his form. Came in against West LA late out of the bullpen on Saturday last week and pitched very well. Kept the Cougars in the lead. Hoping to refine some of that, refine some of his form from early on in the year. Where he was extremely solid. A couple of games with 7 or more strikeouts this season. He's had flashes of brilliance. It's just a matter of finding that consistency. As he checks Grunberg at first. Wind has started to pick up here at Mike Gillespie Field. Expected to be a little cold, maybe a little breezy, as another breaking ball in there for a called strike makes it 1-2. See if the weather decides to get a little better for us here as Grunberg kind of fakes and then dives back. 2-2 count now. So he said we're kind of fighting some rain the last few days, but it has cleared up. 67 degrees, a little bit of a breeze today, partly cloudy. For this conference finale, not quite regular season finale, as the Cougars have scheduled a game for tomorrow. As this one chopped towards third, Sherrill to second for Roca, on to first. A 5-4-3 inning-ending double play, beautifully done, and that's a good start for Oscar Patron. Gives up the single to Grunberg, but gets a 5-4-3 tailor-made double play on the 3-hitter Dolan. And at the end of one full, no runs, a hit. Nobody left on. Canyon's coming to the plate with no score. For COC, it's their 27th double play of the season. For Glendale, they ground into just their 19th of the year. For the Cougars, the offense will look like this today. Jake Schwartz will lead things off, as he's done for the last handful of games, followed by Charlie Roca in the 2 spot. Then Angelo Allman, who had 2 home runs yesterday in the 3 spot. Allman's been on a tear as of late in terms of the home runs. Had 3 the last time we saw him here on the network against West LA. Then Jaden Steinhurst in the 4 spot. Dominic Cervantes will bat 5th. Evan Jaquez, the right fielder, in the 6th spot. Andrew Sherrill will hit 7th, followed by Hudson Story in the 8th spot. And Hunter Asang will round out the lineup for Chris Cota today, as Shane Aldretti will get the start for Glendale. 3-0 on the season with 41 innings pitched. He's given up 27 runs, all of them earned, 13 walks, 31 strikeouts, a 5.93 ERA, and a 2.96 average against for the left-hander. Now it's the Glendale defense. It will be Grunberg at first, Rez at second, Garcia the shortstop, Pena at third, Benatar, Bowen, and Dolan from left to right in the outfield, with Laureano behind the plate for the Vaqueros here today. So Schwartz to lead things off for College of the Canyons, a 295 hitter on the season with 5 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Jake was usually the 2 or the 3 hitter early on in the year, but after Colin Yeaman went down, College of the Canyons, Chris Cota has decided to move Schwartz up to the 1 spot over the last few weeks, especially with Allman really starting to drive the baseball for COC, trying to get some runners on for him, as he's been knocking the ball around the yard as of late. Schwartz, a guy that can do that. He's very solid in there. He's not going to do anything super flashy at the plate, but very steady. Is a tough strikeout. He puts the ball in play a lot, and that creates opportunities against the defense. He hits this one on the ground towards first. Grunberger initially dived down the line, but then stopped back, had to scoop it up on the backhand, one away. So one down for Charlie Roca. Roca hitting .238 on the year with 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Takes that pitch up and away. Charlie just has not had the offensive season he would have liked so far this year. It's been a struggle on that front, but still out there playing a solid second base every single afternoon. And that's really what you ask of him as he hits this one on the ground right towards the second baseman, Rez. We'll have an easy play, 2 away. So much different first inning from the last first inning here at Mike Gillespie Field, where the Cougars had back-to-back home runs. Today, 2 quick outs as Schwartz and Roca roll over on the infield, and Angelo Allman, 338, 11 home runs, 28 RBIs, comes to the plate. His 11 home runs leading the team. The other day against West LA, he was peppering the hitter's screen in the trees out in center field with home run balls. Had quite the afternoon. Swings through that one there. Has been seeing the ball very well as of late. In that game, had 3 home runs and a double. The last time we saw him on Saturday here. And he's been just as good, really, in the series against Glendale. As the wind starts to pick up. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Allman. Swings through that little breaking ball. 2-2. Tuesday's struggle was 0 for 3. Yesterday, 4 for 6 with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. This one grounded towards short. Garcia couldn't scoop it cleanly, and Allman is on. Little infield single for Angelo Allman. It was a tough play for Garcia, trying to charge on it. So the Cougars with a runner aboard here for Jaden Steinhurst. And 1 away. Steinhurst hitting .321 on the year with 9 home runs and 32 RBIs. Swings through a pitch down in the zone. It's 0-1. It's kind of funny. You start to get more of the nicknames as the season goes on, and Steinhurst, they're doing a Yeti call at him here, so clearly has that nickname here late in the year. First time we've really heard that, but always comical to hear what the baseball players will come up with as the season goes on. No balls and 2 strikes here to Steinhurst. As Aldretti delivers, it's down in the zone. Make it 2-2 as Allman will, or 1-2 as Allman will stay put. That one misses down in the zone. Works the count to 2-2. 2-2 lined right to the second baseman as Rez stepping over will make the play, and that'll end the inning. So no runs, a hit. One left on, one full in the books. Glendale and COC tied at no score. So we go to the second here from Mike Gillespie Field.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Top half of the second we go. Pena, Rez, and Juarez, the scheduled hitters for Glendale. Pena, 349, 7 home runs, 36 runs batted in on the season. It's the first pitch from Patron, misses away on a breaking ball. Patron using a lot of curveballs here early on, something different from what we normally see from him. You're normally a very heavy fastball pitcher. It's behind the count, 2 balls and no strikes. This one hits softly towards Roca, who couldn't read it off the bat. And it's going to get out to right field for a base hit. I think if Roca immediately takes 2 or 3 steps back, he makes the play. Instead, it's a leadoff single for Pena as he reaches first. And nobody out for Jaden Rez. Rez, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. One called for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to Rez, who's a .312 hitter with 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Runner in motion on the pitch. Rez down on strikes. Cervantes' throw not going to be in time. Pretty good throw from Cervantes considering it was from his knees. And Pena really had that stolen off of Patron. So it's a stolen base. A strikeout for Patron. And actually, they're going to call Pena out. They're going to say it was interference on the batter at the plate in Rez. So the Cougars going to get away with a little bit of laziness from the mound in Patron, but you'll take it any way you can get it, and there's 2 quick outs. This ball hit on the ground on the right side. That'll get through for a base hit for Juarez. As Gabe Juarez, a .324 hitter with 6 home runs, 25 RBIs, has the 3rd hit of the ball game for Glendale, and a runner aboard here. Patron's breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 here to Cooper Bowen. 185 hitter with 6 RBIs on the season. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Good job by Cervantes behind the plate. You don't often see batters interference calls, but on that one, Rez walked right across the plate as Cervantes was trying to throw. I don't think Cervantes would have ever had a chance as Pena had a very good jump. He really stole it off of Patron. But just that little step makes it a little tougher for Cervantes and causes it to be an out. As this one gets by Cervantes, and Bowen going to be on. It's a strikeout that's not completed. And with 2 away, everybody can move up. So it'll be runners on first and second. It goes as a strikeout. Second of the day for Patron, but it's not recorded as an out. So it brings us to Alex Laureano. Laureano, 197 hitter with 11 RBIs. Chance to try and get Glendale on the board here as they've got 2 on as he fouls this one straight back to the screen. So a little weird sequence here early on. That one down in the dirt. Good block by Cervantes. One ball, one strike here to Laureano. The righty waits on the pitch from Patron. Cervantes going to try and throw behind Bowen, but he dives back. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Patron battling through some trouble here in the second. 2-1 pitch down in the dirt. And this is what we've kind of seen this year as of from Oscar, that struggle a little bit through the middle part of the inning, the game, early today, but kind of looks good in the first, maybe looks good in the second, but then all of a sudden command falls away, and now he's behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Good pitch on a breaking ball to get it to 3-2. And that'll put the runners in motion here with a full count. 2 away. As the runners get their head start, this one fouled right into the Canyons dugout. So 3-2, runners in motion. Pitch misses down. First walk of the ball game. The base is loaded here for Glendale. And so the strikeout that goes back to the screen on the wild pitch from Patron, hurting so far. As Glendale going to try and make it hurt a little more with Andrew Garcia, 259 with 6 RBIs coming to the plate. Patron now looking with the runner at third base. 4 wild pitches coming into the day. Make it 5 after the one that got to the screen earlier. Now he finds himself in A tight spot with the bases loaded. Garcia first pitch swinging. That one's hit to the right center field gap. It'll bang off the wall on 2 hops. 2 runs will come home. They'll try and send Laureano from first. He'll decide to stay at third as the third base coach decides to hold him up. Might have been able to score. Instead, it's just a two-run double out to the right center field gap for the 9-hitter in Garcia, and Glendale has a 2-0 lead here in the second. So that drop third strike that's the Cougars unable to complete an out on as it went back to the screen. Bites Canyons. Now back to the top of the order for Glendale here is Jackson Benatar. So Canyons some good early luck in the inning on the batter's interference. Some poor late luck on the drop third strike, and now 2 balls and no strikes here to Benatar. As Patron starting to labor here in the second. That one down in the dirt. Cervantes keeps it in front. So a 3-0 count here to Benatar, the leadoff hitter, who grounded short in his first at bat. Takes a fastball up in the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 away, 2 across. Off the RBI double from Garcia. Good breaking pitch that time from Patron in for a strike, and now it's a full count with runners at second and third. It's the 3-2 fouled away. This ball lifted in the air down the line to left, hooking foul, and so we'll do it again. Clouds trying to push in behind us here a little bit off the mountainside. Sun bright up above, though. It's pretty breezy today, kind of a swirling wind here at Mike Gillespie Field, sometimes in our face, sometimes blowing out. As the 3-2 misses down. Oh, late strike 3 call, actually. It's called strike 3. So Patron strikes out Benatar looking. Third strikeout of the inning for Patron. Only the second one recorded as an out. Glendale gets 2 off the 2 RBI double from Andrew Garcia. We go to the home half of the second inning. Alcaro's leading the Cougars 2-0.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Cervantes, Jaquez, Sherrill, the scheduled hitters for College of the Canyons in the second. Cervantes, 350, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs on the season. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Cervantes as he waits on the delivery and fouls it off into the Glendale dugout. As we said, Cervantes, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. It's been a tough out as of the last couple months of the season. Breaking ball called strike 3. Cervantes down on strikes. First strikeout of the ball game for Aldretti. See, fools Cervantes with the off-speed pitch. 1 away. Evan Jaquez coming to the plate. Jaquez, 345 home runs, 22 RBIs on the season. Jaquez was part of that 4 home runs in 4 batters on Tuesday for College of the Canyons, the back-to-back home run sequence in the first. The Canyons didn't score after that, and so far have been held scoreless 9 straight innings here at Whitten Field, which is rare. Mike Gillespie Field. Mike Gillespie Field is the Cougars Field, I would say, of the 3C2A. 89 total home runs here this season. As Jaquez can't check his swings, behind the count now 1-2. $89 total home runs here this year. The Cougars, 46 of their 58 here. So 80% of their home runs coming here at home this season. They've given up quite a few as well. 23 home runs. The Cougars, this year, it's been a launching pad in all their games. College of the Canyons, 3rd in the state in home runs as Jaquez hits this one in the air towards shallow center field. Not going to have a chance, but nearly got dropped by Bowen as he was fighting the sunshine up high, but was able to come away with it and then fell down afterwards. 2 away. We're talking about the home runs. 58 for Canyons, 46 of them here at Mike Gillespie Field. 3rd most home runs in the state of California as a team this year with 58. The issue is their pitching staff has just had it rough as well. 37 home runs allowed, which is 6th most in California. So it's been a tough run for COC in the pitching side in terms of the long ball. It's been a good run in terms of the offense for the long ball. 4 of them from this guy at the plate, Andrew Sherrill, 312 with 15 RBIs as he skies this one out to left. Ball going to stay in the park this time, and that'll end the inning. As Sherrill retired on a fly ball to left field, Benatar was there to make it. 1, 2, 3 for Aldretti in the second. Cougars go quietly. We go to the 3rd. 2-0 in favor of Glendale. So we go to the third inning here for Glendale. It'll be Grunberg, Dolan, and Pena. This ball chopped towards first. Schwartz will pick it up and tag Grunberg. One away. One down here for Dolan, who grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the first inning. So he tips it in and out of the glove of Cervantes, so we'll reset and do the 0-2 pitch again. 2-0 Glendale on a 2 RBI double from Andrew Garcia in the second inning. Dolan down on strikes. Fourth strikeout of the ball game for Patron. And this is, at times, the Oscar Patron we've seen a lot of. Heavy strikeouts. As we said, a number of games with 7 or more this year. Number of games with 5 or more, but at times just has some struggles, and that was really the second inning. As he gets Pena to wave at the first pitch wildly. Pena singled and then was called out on batter's interference. This one fouled down the left field line, just a loud strike, and it's 0-2. Pena's single, it wasn't a ball that was hit hard. It was just a ball that he kind of hit off the end of the bat that Charlie Roca just couldn't read right away. I think Roca would have had a play on it if he had gotten a good jump. Instead, he kind of got frozen, wasn't sure. So we'll reset on an 0-2 here to Pena. Good pitch. In the zone at the knees, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Patron. His first 1-2-3 inning without a base runner. As he sets down the side in order, 5 strikeouts for Patron. No runs, no hits, nobody left. 2-0 Glendale. We go to the home half of the third inning here from Mike Gillespie Field.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Story is Sang, and then Schwartz at the top of the order to face Aldretti here in the third. Glendale with a 2-0 lead. Story 265 with 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in this season. Trying to get something started for the Cougars here in the third. One ball, one strike here to Story. Hudson kind of been in and out of the lineup this year. Swings at a breaking ball behind the count now 0-2. Story hits this one on the ground towards first. Scooped and stepping on the first base bag is Grunberg, one away. One down for Hunter Sang. Sang 237, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. It was 3 for 5 yesterday with a double and a couple of runs scored. Swings and fouls this one away. One ball, one strike here to Sang. Hunter at times has shown some power this year. Shows a bunt this time, lays it down. Going to be a tough play for Pena as Sang can fly and he'll have an infield single. Good read by Hunter Sang that time, seeing that Pena was playing deep and laid down a perfect bunt. Tight to the plate, down the third base line to where only Pena could make the play, and Pena's lucky he didn't throw it out into right field, as Grunberg did a good job to get in front of it. As he tried to make a throw, a little ill-advised in that instance. It's one of those ones you almost just need to eat and say that's a good play by the batter. We'll just let him have first base. Sang can run pretty well as well, although stolen base is not a part of the Cougar game plan. Hunter is 11 for 11 this year. Here's Jake Schwartz rolled over to first base. And his only at bat. The Cougars 28 of 36 on the bases this season. So we said not a huge part of their game plan this year. As Sang with the lead away from first. Aldretti's delivery misses up in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes here to Jake Schwartz. Schwartz only 2 hits in the series so far. Has scored a couple of runs yesterday. So he's found a way to get on a couple of times, just has not found a way to get hits. But a big spot here, 3 balls and no strikes. Sang at first base, the leadoff runner aboard for the first time today for College of the Canyons. Or actually 1 out, excuse me, as Story was retired on a ground ball. We forgot to set the scoreboard, but it's a 4-pitch walk to Jake Schwartz. First walk of the day issued by Aldretti, just the 3rd base runner he's allowed today. And now we go to Charlie Roca, who grounded to second in his at bat in the first with 2 on and 1 out. Roca, deep fly ball to left, but it's going to go foul. Allowed strike. Roca on top of that one. It was up in the zone on the pitch. And boy, he turned it around and slammed on it. Now we're going to see a conference out at the mound here for Glendale. The pitching coach for The Vaqueros, Chad Novick pops his head out and wants to have a chat here with Aldretti after that pitch. Kind of just settle him down a little bit, I think. As that pitch, even though it's a strike and it's a pitch that Roca lit up out to left field, it was out of the zone. The fact that Roca hit it as hard as he did was pretty impressive. I think that's maybe the conversation here with Aldretti from Novick is, hey, let's get back to working down in the zone like we did in the first 2 innings, where he allowed 1 base runner, retired 6 of the first 7 he faced, and 7 of the first 8 into the start of this inning. But the bunt single from Asang and a 4-pitch walk to Schwartz, and all of a sudden he's fighting it a little bit here. He's heading the count to Roca, and a breaking ball misses up 1-1. It's that quickly how things can change. Just something little like a perfectly placed bunt from Asang to beat the defense. And all of a sudden, the command from Aldretti is faltered a little bit. Now he's back ahead in the count 1-2, though. Spot for Roca. Decent crowd on hand here today as well. Lots of people in the stands. This beautiful Friday as this one fouled away. Again, 1-2 to Roca. That one misses just outside on a breaking ball, makes it 2-2. This one hit out in the air towards right field. Dolan going back will have a play on it. Asang will tag and head to third. So it's a productive out for Roca. It puts runners at the corners. And 2 away. As Angela Allman, who had a single on a softly hit ball that Garcia was charging, was going to be a tough play for Garcia as Allman runs well. Credited with an infield hit. He'll come to the plate here. Allman, as we said, has had the stick working very well over the last few weeks. A couple of home runs yesterday. Runners on the corners here. Chris Cota puts on a sign. Schwartz at first, Asang at third, Allman at the plate. The delivery, this one cue ball towards first. And Grunberg going to step on the first base bag. So Aldretti works out of the trouble as Allman gets fooled on an off-speed pitch. A couple of ground balls to first base, a walk and a hit. 2 left on, 3 full in the books. Glendale with a 2-0 lead. Rez, Juarez, and Bowen to face Patron here in the fourth. After the struggle through the second, Oscar looked good in the third, trying to continue that good work. Set down Rez on strikes. That was the batter's interference play as well, back in the second inning. Fastball cue ball back to the screen. Or changeup cue ball back to the screen. 1-1. Good little pitch that time from Patron. Patron, fastball, changeup, slider, breaking ball as well. Curveball maybe, a little more of a slurve than a curve, I would say. And he likes to throw it towards the back foot of righties, although this one lifted out to left field and deep. And once again, Mike Gillespie Field sees a home run. The 90th of the season here. And Rez, with his fifth of the year, gives Glendale a 3-0 lead. So the Cougars field of the 3C2A produces once again as a solo home run for Jaden Rez. 90th home run here at Mike Gillespie Field this season. No other program's field this year has above 75 from our calculations, so not a shock here as Juarez stands in. Singled and scored. So it's 3-0 in favor of Glendale. As this one lifted in the air out towards left center field. Back-to-back home runs for Glendale. Make it 91 now total at Mike Gillespie Field as Juarez has another. Seventh of the season for Gabe Juarez. It's the 25th home run the Cougars have allowed here at Mike Gillespie Field this season. And overall, it's the 39th Cougar pitching has allowed. So Glendale with 2 more runs here in the fourth. The Vaqueros this season. This one hit in the air towards center and playable for a Sang off the bat of Bowen, 1 away. One down. We were looking at the Vaqueros home run numbers this year. Glendale 32 home runs, top 20 or top 30 in the league. In the state, we should say. Feasting a bit here at Mike Gillespie Field. It's a called strike to Laureano. 5 home runs for the Vaqueros here this week. 3 on Tuesday, back-to-back jacks here from Rez and Juarez. Laureano, who walked, was stranded, hits this one on the ground towards third. Sherrill will backhand. Fires over to first, dug out by Schwartz, 2 away. Good scoop by Andrew. Was talking to his dad before the game. Andrew, a guy that came from Taft. Was a red shirt last year, a medical red shirt. Moved down here and found his way into the lineup after Angelo Allman moved over to shortstop after Colin Yeaman went down for the season with a shoulder injury, and Sherrill's done a phenomenal job at third base. His bat has come alive. And Stat says, more importantly, he's having fun, which is the big thing for all these guys on both these programs. Have a little bit of fun. Is this one ground towards short? 2 hops for Allman, 2 hops towards first, a fire to Schwartz, and that'll retire the side. Back-to-back home runs to start the inning, and then 3 in a row retired for Patron. But the damage done, it's 4-0 in favor of Glendale as we go to the home half of the 4th from Mike Gillespie Field. Steinhurst, Cervantes, Jaquez, the scheduled hitters for Canyons. Cougars have been held scoreless in 11 straight innings here at Mike Gillespie Field. Andretti trying to make it 4 scoreless as the first pitch to Steinhurst. A little ground ball on the right side, through for a base hit. So Steinhurst a leadoff single. And now Dominic Cervantes, who struck out in his first at-bat, coming to the plate. Cervantes 2 for 4 with a home run on Tuesday, but was 0 for 3 with a couple of walks yesterday. Trying to get out of this 0 for 4 as he fouls this one away. Cervantes shows bunt, pulls it back, 1-1. It's interesting. Right before that, Alex Cocole in the third base or the first base dugout for Glendale pushed Pena back. Pena was up on the cutout. Cole saying back up, and then right away Cervantes shows bunt. Now Pena back on the cutout as this one popped up down the first base line, potentially playable for Dolan. Fighting the sun will make the catch, one down. Made the play in foul territory. One away for Evan Jaquez. Flew out to center field in his only at bat. Jaquez, a home run on Tuesday. Couple of hits, including a double and 2 RBIs yesterday. Be a nice time for an extra base hit here as he takes the first pitch up and away. Canyons only had 5 extra base hits on Tuesday, but 4 of them were long balls. So this one not going to get there. This one going to be popped up shallow center field. Going to be a little bit of trouble, but Garcia eventually finds his way over to it, makes the catch, 2 down. As Sherrill, first pitch swinging, a little soft ground ball to second base. Rams was able to pick it up, so a leadoff single and nothing else. Canyons scoreless once again. 4 scoreless for Aldretti. He's worked around just a handful of hits. We go to the 5th. 4-0 in favor of Glendale. Top of the Glendale order here in the 5th inning. Benatar, Grunberg, Dolan, the hitters. Patron back out there here for the 5th. Benatar, 1 for 4 on Tuesday here at Mike Gillespie Field with a walk and a strikeout. 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI yesterday. Scored 3 times. So he hits this one on the ground towards short. Allman scoops and fires in run motion. 1 away. One down on the ground ball to shortstop, and Sam Grunberg will come to the plate. Grunberg had a home run yesterday. 2 hits and a couple of RBIs at Stengel Field. 1 for 4 on Tuesday with a run batted in. As a hit and 2 at bats today. Patron trying to keep it as close as he possibly can at the moment. 4-0 in favor of Glendale on 6 hits for the Vaqueros. So they had 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 4th. Canyons no runs on 4 hits and an error that burned them for a couple of runs in the 2nd on a wild pitch. That was a drop third strike to Cooper Bowen, who eventually came around to score. That would have been the 3rd out of the inning. So this one popped up, playable in foul territory for Sherrill. He'll be called off by Allman, who'll make the catch. As it drifted back into fair territory. So 2 down. And that's actually good communication between Sherrill and Allman there. Sherrill was camped near it, and Allman saw it drifting back towards the infield and decided to call it off. So it'll be Alex Dolan trying to come to the plate. And Alex Cole gonna call him back over to the dugout to have a chat here. Cole in his 6th season as the Vaqueros head coach. Ball on the strike here to Dolan. Grounded into an inning-ending double play and struck out. Patron's off-speed pitch misses just away. 2-1. Dolan, 3 hits and 7 at-bats in the series. He's had 3 RBIs in the series as well. 4-0 here as we play in the 5th. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count as Dolan fouls it away. And we'll go 2-2 again. Fights it off as he presses that one back to the screen. This one hopper right at Charlie Roca. Takes his time, fires it to first. 3 up, 3 down for Patron. 4.5 in the books. Glendale with a 4-0 lead here from Mike Gillespie Field as the Cougars coming up in their half of the 5th when we come back. Story is Sang and Schwartz, the hitters here in the 5th for Canyons. It's Aldretti into the 5th inning. Story fouls the first pitch away. Story grounded to first the last time he came to the plate. Wind is settled down a little bit here. But we do have gusts at times. This is starting to pick up a little bit, blowing out towards center at the moment as that went in for a called strike. But it's been a pretty nice day overall. Glendale certainly thinks so with 4 runs through 4 innings. 4.5 innings, we should say. Story pops this one up on the infield. Everybody coming together, and it's going to be the first baseman, Grunberg, to make the play. So 1 down on an infield pop-up. That Hunter Assangle coming to the plate. Had a perfectly placed bunt single back in the 3rd, but the Cougars left him and Jake Schwartz on. Waves at the first pitch. Little 2-seamer with some late life to it maybe from Aldretti that time. This one poked on the right side. That'll be a base hit for Sang. So Sang 2 for 2. So Aldretti couldn't fool him that time. Sang just a good piece of hitting. Saw the pitch away. Poked it out there and has himself aboard. So the Cougars will 1-out base runner here. So we go back to Jake Schwartz, who walked last time Sang was on. 0 for 1 today, grounded to first in his only qualified at bat. So Aldretti will just check over to first base. Breaking ball misses away. The left-hander Aldretti working off the third base side of the rubber. Delivers and misses up, 2-0. It's actually more towards the middle of the rubber. Might even be shifted a little bit towards first base now. So that one bounces in the dirt. Is Sang a good read ball in the dirt, and he'll have second base. That's a really good read from Hunter Sang. Sees ball in the dirt, pressures the catcher in Laureano, who made a very good throw to make the play close. But it's a stolen base for Hunter Sang. And now Canyons with a runner in scoring position for just the second time today. It's 3-0 to Schwartz. A fastball right down the heart of the plate makes it 3-1. Sang was stranded at second in the third. Cougars had 2 on in that inning. Canyons have had a base runner in every inning so far, just have not been able to cash anything in as Schwartz hits a little lazy looping fly ball out to left field. That'll get down for a base hit, but as Sang has to stay at second base as he was not sure if the play was going to be made by Benatar, but it's back-to-back hits for College of the Canyons, and the Cougars with 2 on as we go to Charlie Roca with just 1 away. We were in this position in the third inning, and Roca and Allman both went quietly. Trying to change that here in the fifth, as Canyons starting to really need runs, running out of time just a bit as we're in the fifth, and only had runners in scoring position twice today, have not had an extra base hit. 5 singles in the ball game for COC. Roca 0 for 2, a ground ball to second and a fly out to right field. Takes that pitch away, 1-1. Good breaking ball from Aldretti in for a strike. This one hit right back up the box, a base hit. Sang gonna try and score. It kicks off of Bowen's glove. So Sang in easily. Roca into second base off the air. And the Cougars with runners at second and third on the RBI single from Charlie Roca. So it's a base hit. An error on Bowen as he was trying to charge. Roca drives in a Sang. Canyons on the board, now trailing by 3, and Angelo Allman coming to the plate representing the tying run. Has 1 for 2 with an infield hit and a ground ball to first base. Breaking ball from Aldretti down in the dirt. Glendale with some action in the bullpen. We have a right-hander up in the pen right now. As Allman skies this one down the line and left. One ball, one strike here to Angelo Allman. 2 on in scoring position for him. Get the Cougars right back in this one. As Schwartz at third, Roca at second after the base hit from Roca and the error by Bowen that allowed the runners to move ahead. Allman takes that breaking pitch away. Now 3-1. Looking one spot here if you're Allman. That might be the one spot as he lifts it to left field and deep. That ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Angelo Allman. And we are tied at 4 here in the 5th inning. Allman with 2 home runs yesterday, has another one here today, has 12 now on the season, has a 3-run jack out to left field. The 47th home run of the season here at Mike Gillespie Field for the Cougars. And we reset for Steinhurst, who swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Steinhurst, 1 for 2. This one hit on the ground towards short. Picked up by Garcia, 2 down. Two away for Cervantes. Cervantes 0 for 2. Fouled out to right field. His last at bat struck out in the second, takes a called strike. Energy is picked up out of the Canyons dugout after that 3-run home run from Allman. So this one chopped towards third. Pena gets it on the big hop. Cervantes 0 for 3. But the damage done, a 3-run home run from Angelo Allman. As the Cougars get 4 here in the 5th off an RBI single from Roca and the home run from Allman. We head to the 6th inning in a 4-4 ball game here from Mike Gillespie Field. Four 4 now as we go to the 6th. It's a short sprint to the finish ball game now. 4 innings remaining, and we've reset at 4-all after the 4-run 5th inning from College of the Canyons. 14 home runs in this series between these two teams. 7 for each. 2 for Glendale today, 1 for College of the Canyons, and it was a big one. A 3-run home run from Allman. In the last half inning as it's Pena, Rez, and Juarez here in the 6th for Glendale. Pena struck out, reached, but was called out on batter's interference. It was 1 for 2. Back-to-back fastballs for strikes from Patron. Gets the count back to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pena. Pena, a little soft line drive that's going to get over the glove of Allman out to left field for a base hit. So the leadoff runner aboard for Glendale here in the 6th. Second hit of the ball game for Ethan Pena. And Jaden Rez, who had a solo home run in the 4th, stands in. Rez 1 for 2. Rez 3 for 5 with an RBI yesterday. Just picked up where he left off here today. Patron into the 6th, trying to resettle himself back in. It's kind of been up and down. Cervantes trying to throw behind Pena at first. Schwartz had to dig it out of the dirt. You look for for Patron today. Faced the minimum in the first thanks to a 5-4-3 double play, but they gave up 2 in the second. Faced the minimum in the third, gave up 2 solo home runs back-to-back in the 4th, and then retired the side in order in the 5th. Trying to break that cycle of good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Already working with traffic on here in a 2-1 count. With Pena on at first, that one in for a called strike, 2-2. Runner in motion, throw down to second base. In time to get Pena. That's a great throw from Cervantes. And a good tag from Roca. So 1 away as Pena is caught stealing. For Pena, the second time he's been caught stealing in 9 opportunities. It's the count full now to Rez, who fouls it away. That's something we talked a lot about throughout the season that has changed for COC with Dominic Cervantes behind the plate. That's the 17th runner they've caught this year. They've allowed 42 stolen bases, which is 22nd most. But the 17 runners caught is now in the top 30, which is a huge change from last year's. Rez has a base hit. So back-to-back singles, but a runner caught stealing, 1 away. Rez at first base. And we go to Juarez, who has 2 hits in as many at-bats. Scored twice, has a solo home run, which came back in the 4th inning. Talking back to the runners caught stealing, the Cougars' RCS percentage this year, 27.6 coming in, which is top 15. And that's a lot to Dominic Cervantes, who's done a good job solidifying it. Last year, it was almost a guaranteed stolen base if somebody wanted to run. This one gets away from Cervantes. That's a pass ball. Maybe got crossed up a little bit by Patron. So just like that, Rez down to second base. And so a runner in scoring position for Glendale here in their half of the 6th inning. You're saying that was almost a guaranteed stolen base last year anytime a runner got on first base. Cougars just had a terrible, terrible time trying to hold runners at first and throw them out as this one hit in the air towards left field. That's going to get down in front of Story for a base hit. Rez reading it the whole way will score, and Glendale will regain the lead at 5-4, and an RBI single from Gabe Juarez, his 3rd hit of the ball game. Third hit of the inning off of Patron. Second RBI for Juarez today. And now Cooper Bowen, who struck out and reached and flew out coming to the plate. Juarez has been wearing the Cougars pitchers out a little bit this week. It's 3 home runs in the series. Was 1 for 5 with 3 RBIs yesterday. 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI on Tuesday. As here comes Ryan Paramo, pops his head out of the dugout to go talk to Oscar Patron. First time we've seen Paramo, the pitching coach for Canyons, out today. Kind of sweeps the dirt off the rubber, throws his arms around his pitcher, and has the normal calm conversation we've seen from Ryan Paramo this year. It's one of our favorite games to watch. We'll see if Paramo puts his arms around both the catcher and the pitcher, or if he just does the pitcher. Today it's just the pitcher. There he gets his arms around Cervantes as well. Kind of gives him a pat on the back and says, we're all right here. Let's just get out of this inning. Nobody fully hurt yet as the offense starting to come alive for Canyons in that last inning. Trying to settle in Patron, get him through the 6th. A couple of arms in the bullpen for College of the Canyons getting loose. Looks like Tyler Biggs, the right-hander, and John Barr, the left-hander, up there working. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Cooper Bowen. Remember, a supremely important game today for College of the Canyons. A win secures at least a tie for 3rd and secures a 500 record. Glendale at 24-14, probably already in the playoffs, especially considering they're second in the WSC-South, which is often looked at as a very strong conference. But trying to add 1 more win to their resume. Runner in motion here. This one chopped on the ground. Sherrill going to cut it off. His throw to first isn't going to be in time, as Bowen on with an infield hit. So 2 on now for Glendale here in the 6th. Alex Laureano comes to the plate, just 1 away. The runner in motion there in Juarez. On the high chopper, I don't think Sherrill or Allman would have really had to play against Bowen, who runs very well. That one gets through Cervantes' legs, but he's lucky as it hit the umpire and stayed put. It's Patron laboring here a bit in the 6th again. Talked about it. Good first, tough second. Good 3rd, tough 4th. Good 5th, tough start to the 6th. 1 away with 2 on. He's given up 4 hits in the inning. And a run as a breaking ball in for a strike. 5 runs on 10 hits and an error for Glendale. 4 runs on 8 hits and an error for COC. This ball hit in the air towards straightaway center field to Sang, giving chase. Back to the wall, leaps up, can't come up with it. Laureano, a 3-run home run. And Glendale back with a 4-run lead. Laureano's first of the year comes at a big time. And so after Canyons got a 3-run home run from Angelo Allman in the 5th, Glendale with 4 here in the 6th themselves. A 3-run home run from Laureano. It's the 99th home run at Mike Gillespie Field. The 4th in the ball game, the 3rd for Glendale as Andrew Garcia stands in. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Garcia. This field reminds you of some old school 1990s NCAA style baseball. Never down and out of any game. Never far enough ahead in any game. 12 runs in the ball game through five and a third. 4 home runs in the ball game. 15 home runs in the series between these two teams. As Garcia chops it foul, we'll do it again. Three-two pitch to Andrew Garcia, who's doubled, brought home a couple of runs. And Garcia has a walk. Second walk of the day issued by Patron. He's not retired anybody conventionally here, and will bring a pitching change as Chris Cota comes out to take the ball from the lefty. And he'll bring in the right-hander Tyler Biggs with a runner at first base and one away in a 4-run ball game.
He said that in this game? Or all 3 games. Oh, in all 3 games? I've heard somebody else with it every single game. This time, this guy heard it. Yeah, that's the second time. That's an automatic. Oh, and he's been saying it since the first season. So nobody knows his name. Well, I'm caught it. That's the thing, that yeah, I think it's good.
So Tyler Biggs to take over for Patron, who goes 5 1/3. He's given up 8 runs so far, responsible for the 1 out there. On 11 hits, struck out 5, walked 2. I'll bring in the righty Tyler Biggs. Biggs got the loss on Tuesday, gave up a hit and 2 runs, walked 1, didn't record an out. For Tyler this year, 5.04 ERA and 44 2/3 innings, have given up 53 hits, 34 runs, 25 of them earned, 21 walks, and 26 strikeouts. An opposing batting average of .299. He's 1-4 in the record column this year. A whip of 1.67.
All right, we go, Tyler.
For Patron today, the 3 home runs allowed are more than he's allowed all season beforehand. He'd only allowed 2, but gives up 3 today. And last Tyler Biggs, after the walk to Garcia to try and get through the top of the order for him and for the Cougars and keep it close, as that one hits Benatar on the hip. And so a rough start for Biggs. Hits Benatar on the very first pitch he throws. And now Sam Grunberg will come to the plate. Grunberg 1 for 3, now hitting with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch from Biggs in for a called strike. Pitch down from Biggs. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Glendale now with a 4-run lead after 4 runs in the inning. As Biggs now hits Grunberg. So now the base is loaded as he hits back-to-back batters. So Grunberg gets hit. Everybody in the Glendale lineup has gotten on here in the 6th. The only out was Ethan Pena caught stealing. Now Alex Dolan, the 9th man to come to the plate for the Vaqueros. It's 2 batters, both of them hit by Biggs. The base is loaded for Glendale here in the 6th, already up by 4. That one down in the dirt. Good block by Cervantes. Double play in order here for the Canyons. Corners in. Middle infield to double play depth. Is that one a breaking ball in for a strike? 1-1. Darren Davis now up in the bullpen for COC. This ball hit in the air towards shallow center field. That'll get down for a base hit. As Singh charging will come up with a strong throw to the plate. And so it's just an RBI single for Dolan. But it does bring in another run. And Glendale is hit around here in this 6th inning. As we'll go back to Ethan Pena, who's been the only out so far. Pena started the inning off with a single. It officially closes the book on Oscar Patron, as you can credit 9 runs against for him here today. Seven of those 9 earned. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here. So the base is still loaded of Vaqueros for Pena, who's 2 for 3, but has been out twice, stealing a base. 1 batter's interference, 1 he was actually caught stealing, nearly gets hit there. Biggs has really struggled with that breaking pitch on his arm side to right-handed hitters. Behind the count, 2-1. Nearly hits him again. So that time Pena scooting out of the way. Walks as good as a hit here for Glendale with still just 1 away. 3-1 from Biggs. That ball is well out of here to left field. A grand slam home run for Ethan Pena, his 8th home run of the year. And the Vaqueros have busted it open. make it 13-4. As Pena a grand slam, and as the 100th home run of the season here at Mike Gillespie Field, and it brings a pitching change.
All right, big. Next time. Next time.
So Darren Davis taking over now after Biggs faces 4 batters, gives up 2 hits, hit 2, and 4 runs, including the grand that were all brought home, on the grand slam home run by Ethan Pena. And so Davis comes in to take over. Davis 2-0, an 8.78 ERA, 13 1/3 pitched, 15 hits, 13 runs. All of them earned with 5 walks, 12 strikeouts, and a .313 batting average against. Davis has hit 11 batters this year and has given up 2 home runs. The Cougars have given up now 4 in the ball game, 2 in the inning, a 3-run home run and a grand slam home run. Five home runs in the ball game, 4 of them for Glendale. For the Cougar pitching staff, 42 home runs allowed this season. It's just been a rough go. As Davis will face Rez, who had a solo home run in the 4th, singled and scored already in the 6th. Hits for the 2nd time in the 6th inning, takes a called strike. And then the second pitch hits Rez in the back. So the 12th batter that Davis has hit this year, and Glendale continues to find base runners. Scratch that. It's not 100 home runs. It's 94. My math is way off. I think I was totaling up the total home runs in the series and adding that to the 89. So anyway, 94 home runs here at Mike Gillespie Field. Math was not mathing today. It's not uncommon for me, actually. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Here to Juarez, who has one of the 5 home runs today. 3 hits and as many at-bats. Has scored all 3 times. Swings through a 3-run. Was trying to hit that one off of a car out behind the left center field fence. So the count now full. At this pace today, though, we'll get to 100. Runner in motion on a 3-2, and Juarez safely aboard with a walk. So Biggs ineffective in his 4 batters. Hit 2, gave up 2 hits. Davis ineffective so far. Has hit a batter and walked a batter and 2 on. Was still just 1 away as Cooper Bowen comes to the plate for the 2nd time in this 6th inning. Thirteenth man to the plate this inning. This one chopped on the ground. Sherrill to second for 1. On to first. 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. As Davis able to get out of the inning for Canyons. It was a big one for Glendale. As they put up 9. For the Cougars, their second 5-4-3 double play of the ball game, but the damage very much so done. 9 runs for Glendale, a grand slam for Ethan Pena, a 3-run home run for Alex Laureano, 13-4 in favor of the Vaqueros. So Glendale will lift Shane Aldretti after 5 and go to Gio Hernandez after that long inning. Kind of makes sense. Hernandez ready and waiting to go. 1-1 this year, 5.52 ERA. 14 innings, 14 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 19 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned. With 4 walks and 15 strikeouts, a .302 batting average against. He'll Face a Hawkes here on the first pitch, who goes deep to left field, and it's a solo home run for Evan Hawkes. So Hawkes on the first pitch from Hernandez, his 6th home run of the year, and the Cougars get one back. So a good start and another home run. Now it's 95 here, as we said. We might get to 100 today regardless of my math. As now Andrew Sherrill comes in 0 for 2. Sherrill first pitch swinging, grounds to third. Pena scoops, fires, one away. Here's Hudson Story with a one away. Story 0 for 2. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. 2 home runs in the ballgame for COC, 4 for Glendale. 6 now in total. As we said, no lead is safe. No deficit is too big, but Story down on 3 pitches. 2 away as Hernandez strikes out Story. First strikeout for Gio Hernandez. 2 away and Hunter Aseng coming to the plate. Aseng 2 for 2, gets hit by the first pitch. Caught him right in the arm, right in the elbow. So that one's certainly not going to feel good, and that'll bring Chris Cota walking down. Russell Hoglund, the first base coach, walking down as well. Patty Villanueva, the athletic trainer, will come out and check on Hunter here. So the good news is for Hunter is he's moving around quite a bit. I think it's more of just a stinger than anything else. So he'll make his way down to first base. We'll go back to the top of the order. Jake Schwartz, who's 1 for 2, scored in the 5th, will come back to the plate. Canyons with 1 here in the 6th off the solo home run from Evan Hawkes. Trying to get something going with 2 away now. As Hawkes took the first pitch he saw to deep left field over the Mike Gillespie field sign on the scoreboard. Now Schwartz hitting with a runner on. Facing Hernandez. It was a long 6th inning for Glendale. They sent 13 to the plate. Scored 9 runs in the inning. 3 balls, no strikes. Here to Jake Schwartz. Takes that one right down the heart of the plate. Schwartz fouls this one off. And the count now full, so Sang will get a head start with 2 away. So full count, 2 outs here in the 6th with the runner at first base for Jake Schwartz. Hernandez has given up a home run in the inning. Might have given up a second one as this one given a ride out to straightaway center field. That ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Jake Schwartz. The Cougars have a pair of home runs here in the 6th inning. And again, no lead is safe here at Mike Gillespie Field. Schwartz with his 6th home run of the year. Cougars with 3 home runs in the ball game. Now it's 96 total on the year as Charlie Roca comes to the plate. Roca, single back in the fifth inning, has a base hit up the middle here in the 6th inning. Canyon's a little 2-out rally now with a base runner. And Angelo Allman, who had a 3-run home run last inning, comes back to the plate to face Gio Hernandez here, with Glendale getting some bodies loose. It is old school style NCAA baseball here, college baseball here from Mike Gillespie Field. The only thing we're missing is the heavy ping of the bat from the 90s, early 2000s. As the ball is just jumping. Chad Novick back out to talk now after Laureano came out. I think Novick mostly appearing to make it an even longer conference out there to give some more bodies some chances to get loose out in the Glendale bullpen. Allman 2 hits and 3 at bats.
All right, here we go, 7.
Has Roca over at first base. Hernandez delivers this one, a chopper right up the middle. Second baseman Rez is going to throw to first. Dug out, and it pulled off Grunberg from first base. So Allman aboard off the errant throw from Rez. And the Cougars now with 2 on. For Rez, he couldn't step on second. Good hustle from Charlie Roca would have made it a close play there. And then he kind of got himself in no man's land, and the throw was in the dirt. Grunberg tried to dig it out, did, but pulled his foot in the process. So now Steinhurst, who's 1 for 3, comes to the plate with 2 on and hits the first pitch off his foot foul. Steinhurst fouls that one off his hands. Make it 0-2. One-two to Steinhurst, nearly catches him. So it rises up in towards his shoulder, so it'll make it 2-2. Steinhurst, plenty of power behind him with 9 home runs this year. Certainly a guy that can put a charge into one. So wait on the 2-2. Roca at second, Allman at first. Steinhurst down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. Second strikeout for Hernandez, but he gave up a bit of damage. The Cougars with 3 runs in the inning. 2 home runs, 1 from Schwartz and 1 from Jaquez. We go to the 7th, 13-7 in favor of Glendale. "13 runs on 13 hits for Glendale, 2 errors for the Vaqueros. Only 3 left on base as they've cashed in just about every base runner they've had today. For College of the Canyons, 7 runs on 10 hits and an error. Laureano, Garcia, and Benatar, the scheduled hitters. Laureano, a 3-run home run last inning. Facing Davis here. Laureano fouls this one off to the right. Out of play, 0-2. Laureano, a home run, a walk, and a ground ball to third. 1 for 2 today. 3 runs batted in. It's been another home run fest. 4 for Glendale, 3 for Canyons. This one sharply up the third base line, but foul. Stays 1-2 to Laureano here. I think that's going to be strike 3, and it will be. They say Laureano could not hold up. One away, first strikeout for Davis. First pitch swinging here for Garcia, and he's got a base hit up the middle. Garcia 2 hits and 3 at-bats. On a 1-out base runner for the Vaqueros here in the 7th inning. Go back to the top of the order, and Jackson Benatar hit by a pitch and scored. He's 0 for 3 otherwise. First pitch from Davis in for a called strike. Garcia bluffing a steal that time, will stay put. Garcia 2 for 2 on the bases this season. Good pitch from Davis again for a strike. Garcia again with that 2 quick step lead. Almost a bluff of stealing. This time more traditional, and this ball hit out into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit as it bangs off the top of the wall. Benatar to second base. They're going to try and score the runner from first base. The throw not in time on the relay as it gets away from Cervantes. Garcia scores on the RBI double from Jackson Benatar, his first hit of the ball game. And Glendale adds 1 back in the 7th. Had the relay throw from, I think it was Roca, been more on line. They had a play on Garcia at the plate, but Cervantes had to reach back across his body. And it's always tough for a catcher to try and make a sweep tag. The catching glove does not always provide you the best coverage in terms of trying to catch and tag. It's not built for that like a fielder's glove. Davis overthrows, misses down and away. Grunberg 1 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. Singled and was cut down at second base on an ending 5-4-3 double play. Swings and misses, the count 1-1. Runner in motion on the pitch. Cervantes' throw made Sherrill leap up to keep it from going into left field. And it's a stolen base for Benatar. He had a great jump off Davis. So now a run 90 feet away for Glendale. It's a really good, strong throw from Cervantes. It was just high. And I'm not sure they would have ever had a chance against Benatar, who was cruising by that point for his 15th steal of the season. It doesn't matter anyway as Grunberg lights it up to left field for a 2-run home run. And so just when Canyons gets a couple back in the bottom half of the 6th, Glendale adds 3 more. As Grunberg has another home run in the series, a 2-run home run. (16-7) now. Five home runs for Glendale, 3 for Canyons, 8 in the ball game. As Dolan, who's 1 for 4, standing in, facing Davis. This one chopped foul, makes the count 2-2. As a base hit for Dolan as he grounds it through the infield out to left field, or to right field, I should say. As Dolan on with his second hit, now Ethan Pena, who had the grand slam in the 6th to bust the game open, will come to the plate, but that will likely end the day for Darren Davis as Chris Cota pops his head out of the dugout. And we'll likely have a call to the bullpen here. So it'll be Shane Kinsley to take over. Kinsley has pitched 1 inning a third of an inning this year. Gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks and a strikeout, an ERA of 1.08, and an average of 800 against this year. But will come in and try and tamp things down. Just his 3rd appearance of the season. First pitch from Kinsley to Pena in for a called strike. Pena, 3 hits and 4 at-bats, including a grand slam. Kinsley sets him down on 3 pitches, though. Good off-speed pitch from Kinsley. First strikeout for him, 2 away in the inning. Zidane and Jaden Rez coming to the plate. Rez, a solo home run in the 4th, a single scored in the 6th. Swings at the first pitch, gives it a ride out to left center field. It'll 1-hop off the wall. Rez into second with a stand-up double. Scoring from first is Alex Dolan. It's a 10-run ball game here in the 7th inning, as Rez has his second extra base hit, his second RBI, his third hit of the ball game, make it 17-7 in favor of Glendale. So I can close the book on Davis. Gives up 4 runs on 4 hits. Walked 1, struck out 1. As Kinsley now faces Juarez, who's 3 for 3 with a home run and a couple of singles and 3 runs scored. Good breaking ball from Kinsley that time. Evens the count at 1-1. That went in for a called strike. Kinsley a strike away from getting the Cougars back into hit. One-two delivery to Juarez is charged out to left. And it is a fair ball and a 2-run home run for Juarez. His second of the ball game, his 8th of the season, the second 2-run home run of the inning for Glendale. And the Vaqueros with 19 runs. Ninth home run of the ball game between these two teams. And I said 89 before the game. I gave it 100 earlier, and I was wrong because my math was wrong, but I said there was a good chance we might get there still with this game, and we are at 98 right now. Total home runs here at Mike Gillespie Field this season. It has been a launching pad, and it remains that way here today. 1 ball and 1 strike to count, as Bowen, the 9th man, to the plate with 2 away. Swings and lifts this one in the air towards right center field. Playable for the right fielder. Hawkes will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. But 9 men come up. Glendale puts up another big crooked number as they stretch 6 more on the board. The lead is now 12. This is stretch time here from Mike Gillespie Field. say, Brendan? 32. I haven't even. Huh? Pitching change for Glendale, so Hernandez goes an inning. And they'll go to the righty. And Cody Hanawahini will come in to take over. So Hernandez goes the 6th. Hanawahini here in the 7th. As he faces Cervantes, Jaquez, and Sherrill. This one grounded towards second base, scooped by Rez, fires to first, one away. It's been a tough day for Cervantes. 0 for 4 so far, one down. Jaquez a solo home run. His last at bat comes up. For Cody Hanawahini, he is a submariner this year. No record this year, 0-0. But an ERA of 6 in 3 innings. Has given up 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned and struck out 2. As he dips down below, comes with the pitch. Ahead in the count, 0-2 here to Jaquez. This one hit on the ground on the right side. Jaquez has a base hit. Cougars with a 1-out base runner here in the 7th inning. Jaquez has his 2nd hit of the ball game. And now Andrew Sherrill will come to the plate. Sherrill, first pitch swinging, pops it up on the right side. Playable back of first base. And the catch is made by Grunberg. 2 down. Sherrill in a tough day as well, 0 for 4. And it'll bring us to Hudson Story. Sorry today. No hits in 3 at bats. Way ahead here, 3-0. Trying to look, I think the 9 home runs today. Might be the season record as Hudson works a walk. First walk issued by Hanawahini. As he faces Hudson Story here. So Sang fouls this one off. 0-2 here to Hunter Sang. So that one hits Aseng again, and now the base is loaded. Second time today, Aseng's been hit. Back-to-back at-bats. And now brings us back to Jake Schwartz, who had a 2-run home run his last at-bat after Aseng got hit. So the last time we've seen this many home runs in a ball game was 8 against in the Cypress game. Each team had 4 as Schwartz with a base hit out into left field will bring home 1. Cougars will go station to station as they get a run across with 2 outs here as Schwartz has his second RBI hit of the ball game. Scoring on the play was Jaquez. Canyons gets one back and cuts the lead down to 11. As we were saying, the Cypress game, each team had 4 home runs in that game. It was an 8 home run game, but today, with 3 for Canyons and 6 for Glendale, 9 home runs in the ball game today. '98 of them on the year. For Canyons, so here's Roca now. Hits with the bases loaded, takes it away. For the Cougars, 80% of their home runs this year have been at Mike Gillespie Field. 49 of their 61 as this one popped up. And the Cougars are going to leave the bases loaded here. They did get one, but that was it. Golden opportunity to get back into it, but Roca flies out to center field to end the inning. 7 full in the books. Glendale with a 19-8 lead over College of the Canyons as we go to the 8th from Mike Gillespie Field.
That isn't how you spell my name. Put a Y.
Canyons with a pitching change going into the 8th here. Luke Lemon going to come in and take over. Lemon this season, all out of the bullpen, 16 appearances, 5.85 ERA, is 1-0 in 20 innings pitched, has given up 22 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned runs, 12 walks, 19 strikeouts, with opposing hitters hitting .282 against him, as he'll face Laureano Garcia and Benatar in a 19-8 game. In the 8th inning, first pitch misses down and away. 9 home runs in the ball game so far. Canyons baseball games have been home run affairs this year. Lemon to walk Laureano here to start. So leadoff walk. Here comes Andrew Garcia, who's got 2 hits and 3 at bats. One ball and one strike here to Garcia. Laureano waits at first base. This pitch fouled back to the screen. So in on a 3-2 from Lemon. He's had both batters 3-2. Garcia hits this one on the ground towards short. Allman's played a second for one. Roca to first, not in time. But they do cut down the lead runner for the first out of the inning, as Laureano cut down 6-4. One away. Garcia on with a fielder's choice. And Jackson Benatar, who's doubled, scored twice, been hit by a pitch, comes to the plate. This ball lifted in the air to deep left center field, and that ball is gone for Jackson Benatar. Another home run, the 10th of the ball game. A 2-run home run for Benatar, and Glendale adds a couple of more. So now we go to Grunberg, who had a 2-run home run last time up. This ball hit out to left field for a base hit for Grunberg. The Cougars pitching staff has just not been effective today. Now pinch hit here for Dolan. As Daniel Ruiz going to hit for him here. Ruiz this season, 353 hitter, 6 hits and 17 at bats. Getting a chance to hit for Dolan here in the 8th. This one chopped foul. Good pitch that time from Lemon. Sets down Ruiz on strikes looking. 2 away, first strikeout for Lemon. So now we'll pinch hit for Ethan Pena here, who had a heck of a day with 3 hits, including a grand slam home run. As they'll have Ryan Watkins come in and hit. 5 hits and 18 at bats. So Glendale emptying the bench in this was their final game of the regular season. Two balls and no strikes. That one in for a called strike, makes it 2-1. going this way. This one hit out to center field. Desang will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Just got word Citrus lost 10-9, so for Canyons, a win secures you third place, but losing 21-8 right now going to make that tough. So that'll end the inning. We go to the home half of the 8th inning. Glendale gets a couple more runs on the 2-run home run from Jackson Benatar. So 2 runs for Glendale on 2 hits. No errors and a runner left on base. 7.5 in the books. Glendale with a pitching change. I'll have it for you in just a second. So it'll be Luis Fernandez to take over. Hanawahini came in, pitched an inning. Gave up a run on a couple of hits. Walked 1, didn't strike anybody out. Defensively, Ruiz goes to center. Bowen will move over to right. Watkins will stay in at third. Fernandez this year 0-1, 13 appearances, 12 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 12 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 8 walks, and 15 strikeouts. A 4.97 ERA, 257, 240 average against him. So he'll face Allman, Steinhurst, Cervantes, the scheduled hitters, here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. First pitch to Allman, misses up. Angelo, a 3-run home run, a single, reached on an error. It's 2 for 4 today. It's been a slug fest today. 21 runs for Glendale, 8 for College of the Canyons, 10 home runs in the ball game. 7 for the Vaqueros, 3 for the Cougars. We've seen a grand slam, a couple of 3-run home runs, a couple of 2-run home runs, a handful of solo home runs. So Allman hits this one to right and deep, but it's foul. For whatever reason, this place is a absolute launching pad this year. Allman down on strikes. Good pitch from Fernandez to get him to chase. 1 away. Cougars games have seen over 100 home runs this season. It's pinch hitting for Steinhurst here. Cade McPherson in pinch hitting. Fouled the first pitch away. Canyons will play on the road tomorrow with a chance to try and get to 500. That's one of the barriers you need to pass to get to a chance in the playoffs, as McPherson pops out to the shortstop Garcia, 2 down. And now Dominic Cervantes' spot due up. Frankie Malagon will come in to hit. Malagon 067 this year, 1 hit and 15 at bats. Malagon first pitch swinging. 21 runs in the ball game for Glendale on 7 home runs. Most home runs in a game we've seen here this year at Mike Gillespie Field, which is saying a lot. Malagon smacks this one to the right side into the bullpen, foul. 1-2. And I thought it sounded funny. Thank you, Brendan. It sounded funny off the bat. Malagon actually snapped the bat in half. And so they bring a bunch out to him and say, pick one. And he just grabs the first one he sees, and we'll come back up to the plate. Doesn't happen very often to see somebody break a bat. So this one popped up in foul territory, playable back at the bullpen. And the catch is made off your screen by Grunberg. But we assure you it did happen. And that will end the inning. So the Cougars go quietly. A perfect inning for Fernandez. And we go to the 9th with Glendale leading 21-8. It'll be Rez Juarez Bowen to face the new pitcher, Michael DeSantiago, getting a chance to come in today for College of the Canyons. DeSantiago, 3 appearances this year, an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 hits and a run. Walked 3. Ricky Malagon will stay in behind the plate for Glendale, or for College of the Canyons, excuse me. Glendale doesn't look like they're going to send anybody different to the plate, at least to start the inning, as it'll be Rez, with maybe Sal Tabulo standing in the on-deck circle. Scratch that, Max. Yeah, Sal Tabulo in the on-deck circle. Rez, solo home run, a single and a double, looking for a triple short of the cycle. So we go to work in the 9th inning. Sixth different pitcher we've seen today for College of the Canyons.
There it is.
2-2 the count here to Rez. Was that delivery down in the dirt? Crowd has started to fizzle out a bit here. So for College of the Canyons, the loss from Citrus, who you do hold the head-to-head tiebreak over. As long as you can win tomorrow against West LA, is this one a charge put into it to deep left field? Story not going to be able to get there as Rez has his 2nd home run of the ball game. The 11th home run of the ball game, a solo home run for Rez. His 2nd of those today. He's got 3 RBIs now. And Glendale launching once again. Gillespie Field launching pad continues. First pitch swinging from the pinch hitter. Sal Tabulo has his 4th hit of the season. And a base runner here for Glendale after the solo home run. So Tabulo with a hit. And now Cooper Bowen back to the plate. Bowen hits this one out into the gap into left center field. He's going to head to 2nd. Tabulo over to 3rd. So it's 3 straight hits to open the 9th inning here. 2 extra base hits. Off DeSantiago. And now Laureano back to the plate. Laureano, a 3-run home run, is 1 for 3. Stands out there with 2 runners on. Nobody out. De Santiago's 1-1 delivery smoked out into left field for a base hit. That'll bring home a run. Story will fire it back into the infield. So Michael De Santiago not fooling the Glendale offense. Laureano has his second hit, his fourth run batted in. As Tabulo scored. And now Andrew Garcia back to the plate. Garcia, single and a doubles, scored 3 times, has reached on a fielder's choice and walked. It's with runners on the corners. This one hit on the ground to second for 1, on to first. A 6-4-3 double play, but a run does score. Third double play the Cougars have turned today. It's an RBI ground ball for Garcia. And we pinch hit for Jackson Benatar here as Kai Moran will hit. It's 3 runs off De Santiago in the inning. Moran swings and misses. Moran 244, 11 for 45 this season. Takes a called strike. It's 1-2. Moran fouls this one away. Said no lead is safe here at Mike Gillespie Field, but this might be the one that is. Two and two now to Moran. Thank you for joining us all season long here on the Cougar Sports Network. While we have a second, we want to just send some thank yous out. First off to all of our programs letting us come out and call the games, provide this for you. Of course, our sports information director, Jesse Munoz, does a great job of helping me collect some stats and numbers. Our athletic director, or Dean of Athletics, former athletic director, now Dean of Athletics, Chad Peters, who finds the money for this. As this one grounded towards third, it's going to be an infield hit for Moran. And of course, all of you guys that show up and watch, give us a reason to do this for you, as we sure do like doing it, so we want to say thank you to everybody. Of course, all our support staff here at College of the Canyons for the athletics program as well, that do so much here every game, giving us stats. As we'll have our another pitching change. Harish Balachandran will come in to take over for Michael De Santiago, who goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 3 runs so far. That'll end his day. Balachandran will come in to try and get the final out here in the 9th inning in a second. So Harish, 26th appearance of the year, 16 2/3 innings, 34 hits, 29 runs, 25 earned, with 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. An ERA of 13.5, but is 2-0 on the year, is used a lot. Come in and work to Sam Grunberg here with 2 away and a runner at first. Seven pitchers today for College of the Canyons. This ball lifted in the air towards right center field and deep. Give it another Sam Grunberg home run, his second of the day. A 2-run home run for Grunberg. His first pitch swinging, this one hit on the ground. Schwartz trying to get to first, not going to be in time on the tag. Malacondron didn't get across, as sprinting down the first base line was Ruiz, who has an infield hit. Watkins, who flew out to center last inning. And Watkins has a base hit. Second time today, Glendale has hit around. And we go back to Jaden Rez, who has a home run in the inning. Led the inning off with a solo home run, his second of the day. And now has a base hit out into left field that'll bring home another run, as scoring easily is Ruiz. Rez has a double, his second double of the game. Give him another RBI. As Ruiz scores, and now Tabulo back to the plate, singled and scored in the inning. Two balls and one strike here to Tabulo. 30 hits in the ball game for Glendale. Three-two from Balacondron, sets down Tabulo on strikes. So Canyons will go into hit. First strikeout of the day for Balacondron, but a lot of damage done for Glendale once again. 6 more runs for the Vaqueros in the 9th. 9 more hits. Left a couple on. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Here from Mike Gillespie Field. 27-8 in favor of Glendale. Glendale make a pitching change. Matthew Bender, who's appeared in 4 games, pitched 5 innings, has given up just a hit, walked 2, and struck out 3, will come in the 9th here. So Glendale with 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 9 in the 6th was the big one. Then 6 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and 6 in the 9th. Canyons had 4 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Nothing in the 8th, and they hit here in the 9th. Bender will take the ball. Faces Jaquez here. Jaquez 2 for 4 with a solo home run and a single. Scored twice. Swings and hits the first pitch into center field. Playable for the center fielder. Ruiz will make the catch. 1 away. Andrew Sherrill, who's had a tough day, 0 for 4, will come to the plate. Chance for Bender to get a bit of work here. Sherrill chops this one towards third. It kicks off of the foot of Watkins. So Sherrill on. It's an error on Watkins. Sherrill aboard. 3rd error of the ballgame on Glendale. So now Hudson Story to the plate. It's reached once on a walk. Story fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Andretti in line for the win as he went 5. Gave up just 4. And I'm actually wrong on that now that I look at it. Andretti left the game tied at 4. Glendale didn't score at all in the 5th. So it's actually Hernandez, J. Hernandez, who's in line for the win, would be 2-1. As this one grounded to short, flipped to second for 1, on to first, a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Garcia-Rez to Grunberg, and that'll end the ball game. A nice little double play for Glendale. First double play of the ball game for the Vaqueros. Cougars, no runs, no hits, an error. And nobody left on in the 9th inning. So for Glendale in the ball game, Hernandez gets the win and improves to 2-1. Patron gets the loss and falls to 2-6 for College of the Canyons. For Glendale, 27 runs on 30 hits, 3 errors, and they left 6 on base. For College of the Canyons, 8 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and they left 9 on base in the ball game. As the final out at 5:45 in the afternoon, so a 3-hour and 45-minute ball game, or excuse me, a 3-hour and 15-minute ball game. As Glendale gets to 25-4, the Cougars fall to 19-20. We'll have a game tomorrow against West LA to try and get to 500 and give themselves a shot at the playoffs. That'll do it for us here on the network this year. We don't expect to have any more games. If we do, we'll see you then. But if not, we thank you for joining us all season long. We very much appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed it. And we'll come back for years to come and join us as well here on the Cougar Sports Network. Have a great rest of your Friday, everybody, and enjoy your weekend as well.